I'm Becky Davis and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is part 2 of a series where I'm talking about conversion rate optimization, digital marketing, and applying behavioral science for businesses of every size. I'll be breaking down the hurdles facing most businesses looking at conversion rate optimization, namely lack of traffic and lack of money, and I'll be making this applicable to any business. This video and the next are about the number one mistake that I see marketers make, like hands down, it's not even close. I've worked with business leaders who can speak eloquently about their product, but then the minute their hands touch the keyboard, this jargony and just confusing, unauthentic copy comes out. I actually sat down with someone who is trying to create good copy for her website. I talked to her about her product, wrote down what she said, and then just put that on her website because it was that good. She just wasn't writing the same way that she had been speaking. I don't know what it is, but sometimes when we just start typing, everything comes out just weird. And when it comes to communicating with our target audience, there's a myriad of mistakes that I see even professional copywriters make, and it hurts to see them. So let's quit torturing our prospects and start talking about how to engage them. Quick disclaimer, this assumes that you already know your ideal customer. In future videos, we'll be looking at how to validate those assumptions and create a firm foundation. First up, clarity. You need to describe your product or service in a way that is clear, engaging, and appealing. In a couple short sentences, or maybe even less. Nothing is more frustrating than making me work to figure out what your product is. Here's some actual copy that I've run into. In a tough market, we want your business to win. As businesses compete to sign high-value clients, there will be winners and losers. The winners will learn from every interaction. Any idea what their product is? Well, let's not even talk about value prop or differentiator. Harness the power of goodness, enabling purpose-driven brands to bring their social mission to life. And this is a bit deceptive because it tricks you into thinking that they're conveying actual meaning. Bring your social mission to life. But once you consider it for a moment, the subheadline is just as meaningless as the headline because I still don't know what their product is or what they're offering. It's vague and fluffy. Plus, this is switching the subject of the sentence without any reason or warning. In the headline, they're telling the reader to harness the power of goodness, whatever that means, and then talking about themselves in the subheadline, both without mentioning the subject in the sentence. Things like this just make it harder to read. Okay, big hairy problem conquered. Learn how we help configure AEM to take your content and business worldwide. Slightly better, as long as I know what AEM is. You could also remove learn how entirely. The headline is a complete waste. It's vague and not specific enough to convey value. And this one? Take care of the things you love. Run, recover, repeat. This year, show your body some love. Clarity. Make sure the reader knows exactly what you're offering without having to think about it. Here's my rewrite for the last one. What are you doing today for tomorrow's training? Optimal training prep, optimal recovery. Be stronger and more resilient with the world's most advanced biometric system. This is a tough product to describe. In the founder's words, they're like Halo while the existing solutions are Pac-Man. Fathom AI is training prep and recovery to correct imbalances and prevent injury, and it's built on biometric monitoring and adaptive AI. It's something people haven't really seen before, so I had to lean on patterns and recognizable concepts to convey what it is in a short message. The today, tomorrow phrase uses a very common trope to evoke the idea of investing today for something tomorrow. Optimal is a trendy term, especially with quantified self and biohacking gaining mainstream attention. Tim Ferriss uses it in his podcast intro. It's cool and interesting, and there's a lot of meaning attached to it. Stronger is pretty easy to get from years of branding by sports companies. I added resilient there since it's a less defined concept to relate to stronger and tie back to the today-tomorrow trope. Think about patterns like shortcuts. If we didn't already have preconceptions around those terms, then I would have to explain exactly what I meant by each of them. But by leaning on those, I was able to create meaning and ideas beyond the face value of the words that I chose. Then, keep it to biteable chunks of information. There are two ways I could have written that last sentence. Would the world's most advanced biometric system be stronger and more resilient? Or, be stronger and more resilient with the world's most advanced biometric system? The first one doesn't read as easily because you have to keep the concept of what does the world's most advanced biometric system do for me in your head as you're reading the next piece of the sentence. In the second one, there's a complete concept. Be stronger and more resilient. That's done. It's complete and resolved. Then I introduce another one. The world's most advanced biometric system. Since you already have the resolved concept of being stronger and more resilient, you aren't trying to keep an unresolved idea in your head while reading the next idea. If I really wanted to put the systems concept first, I could achieve the same thing by saying something like, this is the world's most advanced biometric system. Use it to become stronger and more resilient. It doesn't really roll off the tongue, but you see what I mean. Another misstep in 3 out of the 4 examples. They're talking about themselves instead of their target. Use you rather than we, they, or their. Tell the target what they're doing or getting or the problem they need to solve. Basic fact, people like hearing about themselves. Don't tell them what you do and make them translate it into how it relates to them. Instead, just start there. Tell them how it relates to them. The copy will probably shift to more action-oriented and driving that way on its own, so there's a bonus. Let me dissect my current headline. Higher engagement, higher conversion through marketing and design optimized for your audience. Right away, you know exactly what I'm offering. I'm offering to increase engagement and conversion. Next concept, how I'll do that. I don't tell you how I'm going to optimize everything for you, just that I will. You'll get into the body copy to find that out. So, recap. Make sure your headline is clear enough on what you're offering that it can convey meaning just on its own. Use patterns and pre-existing concepts to convey more meaning with less text. Just don't get cliché. Finish one concept before introducing another to improve readability. Don't talk about yourself, talk about them. And that's your headline. Click below to go to the next video on optimizing your copy and subscribe to get more on optimizing your digital marketing.